Hello and welcome to this new video tutorial by CrocFIX. I will show you today how to replace your LCD screen on the Samsung Galaxy A51 to have a new and nice picture. If you need parts or tools, you can buy them directly from my video description link, and this will also support my channel. Thank you, don't forget to subscribe. There we have our Galaxy A51 from the back and from the front. At the first step, we will remove the SIM card tray. Then we will need a little bit help from our heat gun. I suggest you to heat around 180 to 200 degrees, so that's around 350 Fahrenheit at a safe distance, and maybe for 2 or 3 minutes. I would say maybe 2 minutes is enough. Just be sure that you don't burn the back plastic, because it's not glass, it's made from plastic. Then you will need a suction cup, a strong one, to lift the back cover a little bit, and then you can help yourself with a fingernail or just with a small plastic tool, which you have to put inside between the back plate and the middle cover. As this is not made from glass, you can slowly and forcefully try to remove the back cover. So there is an adhesive tape underneath, which I will cut here a little bit, because one half is glued to the middle frame and one half is glued to the back cover. It depends how lucky you are. You can also remove the battery cover and still have all the adhesive tape on it, so you don't need to place a new one later. It just depends how you open it and how lucky you are. As you see, not bad. We have still the adhesive tape around. Some is left on the frame and some is left on the back cover. Now we are going to remove all the screws here, so this video will be speed up now for a bit. Once all screws are removed, then we will lift up the middle frame. So you can help yourself with your fingernail here again to make a small gap, and then later you can use a plastic tool. Don't use a metal tool, otherwise you will scratch the frame. So just use a plastic tool and carefully make a gap between the screen frame and the middle frame plastic, as you see here in the video. You just have to go round and round and just remove the middle frame. Be careful and don't go too deep inside, don't break any cables, make any damage or whatever. Just work slowly and carefully, you have time. There we go, so the middle frame is removed. Now we're going at first step. You always need to disconnect the battery, so just disconnect the battery here. For the battery, always use your fingernail or just a plastic tool, never a metal tool. So then remove this one screw here on the motherboard. Then we are going to disconnect the main flex cable here and also here from the bottom motherboard. Then later we are going to remove here the fingerprint reader. There are 2 screws attached to it, so you will remove these 2 screws. Just be sure to place it again just here where the fingerprint reader is. Here we disconnect the antenna. We are removing here the motherboard with the antenna attached here. You don't need to detach the antenna from the main motherboard also. This is a vibration unit. Sometimes you need to remove it, sometimes not. When you buy a new screen, sometimes you get it with your new screen, so we're just removing it here now. There is still a small adhesive sticker on it. to place it on a new screen if you need it. And then we are going to also to remove here the earpiece, the ear speaker. Be sure to remove it completely with the plastic frame. Don't remove just the speaker because you can break it. This is a neat system which Samsung made, so just you leave the speaker inside the frame and then later you can just put it in a new frame, and that's it. Okay, now we are going to remove these two screws from the fingerprint reader. The fingerprint reader is removed, and now we're going to remove the small PC board, the USB connector on the bottom side. You can heat it up a little bit, not too long, not too hot, just a little bit to make it warm, and then you go with some small screwdriver, but maybe better is to use a plastic tool. I have more experience, so I am more careful. Just use a plastic tool and that's it. So now comes a little bit harder part. We have to remove the battery. I am heating it up a little bit with a 180 degrees, but maybe only for 20-30 seconds. Don't heat it too much because it can be dangerous. So just try with your fingers to see how warm is it. If it's too hot, then just stop to heat. Now help yourself with a pry tool. You put a pry tool under the battery and just carefully lift it up. Sometimes you just lift it up and wait for a bit just to the adhesive to soften. So the adhesive becomes more softened and it's loosen, and then you can lift up the battery. Don't scratch or damage the battery. So be very carefully. And work slowly here, like I did. There we go, the battery is removed. So as you see underneath there is a adhesive tape, this sticker. I'm going to remove it from the battery as it will not hold in the new screen. So just removing these rest pieces of the adhesive glue, and then I will also correct the battery. I mean these small bubbles I will try to remove with the fingernail. Just go a little bit and work slowly, don't damage the battery. And as you see, I will put some new adhesive stickers on it. It don't have to be much of it, but just a little bit to hold the battery in place. Okay, ladies and CrocFIX watchers, this is a new LCD screen from Samsung. It's a service pack, so it's genuine and completely new. It also comes completely with the frame, so it's easier to install. So you see here, this is the place where the ear speaker will be. So I'm removing this small frame without the speaker and just put the old frame, including the speaker, on this place. So just removing the speaker here. Okay, there we go. I mean the frame, not the speaker. Okay, and we take the old frame with the speaker and put it in place. There we go. Nice, slow and fine. Okay. Then I am going here to remove these small plastic protectors here, these foils for the camera and also for the fingerprint reader here. Now I'm going to put back the motherboard, completely including the cameras. Just press in, make it even, put it in place and screw it with the black small screwdriver here. There we go, the motherboard is in place. So now I'm going to take the small piece here, small adhesive tape, and put it here on this place, as the small PC board on the bottom should be glued to the frame. It doesn't have to be very strong, but I'm just using this small piece. If you don't have it anymore or whatever, just use some small piece of double-sided adhesive tape. Now we connect the screen here with a flex cable to the bottom part of the motherboard, and squeezing here the main antenna and connect it to the small board here. Carefully, as these connections are a bit fragile, so they can break. Then you will need to solder it, so just work slowly. Now I'm putting in place the fingerprint reader here. As you see, just carefully, and connect the small flex cable here. You have to be here really carefully, as these two small screws here are shorter than the usually screws on the top of the motherboard and for the frame, so don't mix them up. If you mix them up, you can easily crack the screen when you use the longer screws. So see the difference here? Be carefully. Okay, now we screw in the fingerprint reader. That's done. Okay, now we're going to put the battery in place, stick it inside the frame here. Let's connect the flex cable, so the flex cable is connected. Okay, also to the bottom side. Now we are going to put back the middle frame here. I'm just cleaning it here a little bit. There was some dust, so cleaning with a toothbrush or whatever you have, just with a nice tool. Don't use any sharp things or whatever. Putting here the middle frame back in place, going around, do the clicks. It has to do, have to do the click everywhere in the corners and around. Click, 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 click. Now I'm going to put the screws back here. All the screws. So now I'm correcting here the leftover from the adhesive tape, which was small piece here on the middle frame, and also will correct on the battery cover. If you didn't damage it, you can reuse it, there is no problem, as this phone is no waterproof anyway. But if you did damage the stickers, then you will need to use some double-sided 3M adhesive tape and put it everywhere around. So still doing some corrections here, as if you don't have the adhesive tape, if it's not even, if you have some kind of bubbles or wrapped or whatever, then you need to cut it and to make it even. So This still looks kind of okay, so not too bad. Just doing here a small correction. Okay, then now we will put it back in place. I will heat up a little bit the adhesive tape here, just to make it more soft, and so the adhesive tape holds better. You don't need to do that for like 5 minutes, just do it for like 20-30 seconds and that's it. Hitting a little bit more here. And then we will put the battery cover in place. Okay, ready, steady. Still one correction here. Okay, put it in place and press it to the middle frame here. So press it in every corner around. Go to make it even and make it good. Looks nice. Put back the symmetry. Symmetry? Did I say symmetry? Not symmetry. Oh great, Houston, we have a picture. Okay, thanks for watching guys. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below. Me and the community will try to answer them. If you want to donate and support my channel, many thanks. The link is in the video description and in my bio. Don't forget to subscribe. Your CrocFIX.